What is going on, guys? It's your boy Az. We are back here. We're going to be running the Tower Blade Omega 7 to 12, and I did have to change up my lineup a little bit. If you guys would have seen my earlier video, apologies again on the lack of commentary. We had just gotten back here from a very, very busy day here. So anyways, yeah, now is time to kind of get down to business. So we've had to basically revamp our teams a little bit here, and I've had to basically reset the run now as well, just so you guys are aware. And of course as well, we're going to dive into the roster here so you guys can have a look at things on a revamped run. The purposes of this run will be to ensure that you guys are kind of going for the minimums in terms of Shadow Conclave, Omen, and Xavier investments. And hopefully, I'm hoping this makes sense. Do let me know in the comments below if this is confusing or not. But hopefully you guys are able to see here that when we do the next set of floors from 7 to 12, there will be absolutely zero Shadow Conclave. There is no Shadow Conclave in this lineup whatsoever. And then, of course, as well, we will kind of split off into a couple different sections here where if you have Xavier, then you can basically use him instead of Omen. Now, if you don't have Xavier, then you need to have the Omen built up. So it's going to be an Omen or Xavier situation. And depending on your roster, depending on what you guys have built up, it may be possible as well. I just wasn't able to figure it out. And I may do some more testing throughout the weekend here, of course, as well, and if timing permits. But I'll let you guys know. So the first cell, we're going to utilize our 3-piece Galactic, and it really does not matter who the other two members are. I'm going to use my level 64 Sentry and my Hulk, who's also level 95 here as well. And as you can see here, basically the Galactic 3 are G20 with the double red rings. And of course, as well, everybody is T4 as much as they can go here. So feel free to pause it if you need it. And like I said, Hulk is 95 and Sentry is level 64. So feel free to pause it if you need to do it. Then the next one, we're going to use our Absolute A-Force plus Emma and Apocalypse and Jeff the Landshark. We just brought up our Jeff the Landshark here for the Redacted Dimension, and we were able to cruise through it quite smoothly. He is level 110. I had him 105 and I pushed him to 110 because he was just so good. So I said, you know what? Screw it. He deserves my respect. And I got the red stars on him as well. Apocalypse is 105 G20. And of course as well, Emma Frost is G20. We used her in the previous Xavier saga. Now, Kahori, she and her sister, Miss Marvel here, they are both G19, level 105. So that's going to work out for the second node. The third one is straight Exalted X-Men. I'm not going to really go into the roster there because I've done that for several of the other videos. But as you guys can see here, G20s on basically all the new ones. And then, of course, as well, we had the freebie from Wolverine from the Best Buddies. And Jubilee is our only G19. Next, we're going to use a Fantastic Four for that Insidious 6, Sinister 6 team. This one works really well, actually. What we're able to do is we're able to mass stun thanks to Rachel, and of course as well thanks to the Fantastic Four giving a lot of speed to this team. So Fantastic Four was the previous arena meta team, so of course as well I'll just click on these guys so you can see them. But yeah, they're basically the 3106s and G20 as well. And then Spider-Man, Best Buddy, reworked, love them, need to bring them to 110. And of course as well G19 Rachel. She is awesome for spreading the stuns. And now this is kind of where I said I'll have two video gameplays for you guys. I'll have the Omen footage as well as my Professor Xavier footage. And basically the fifth node or the section 11, you basically need a full Omen team or a 4-piece plus Emma Frost will do the job. And then of course as well the key and kind of the difference maker here is you need to have Surfer Breaker. If you don't have Surfer Breaker, it's going to be impossible to do it without Xavier. If you don't want to use Omen, you can use Professor Xavier. Professor Xavier can literally go with anybody. In the video footage, I'll have them with my Exalted X-Men. But yeah, you can literally throw him with anybody. All he needs to do is he needs to throw his special, and then he just uses his alt, and everybody just melts. So it doesn't matter who you use it with. I had my Exalted X-Men there, but I demonstrated there quite effectively how good he is on his own. So if there's one node you want to cut characters and you want to save a spot, use Xavier on 11, and you're going to get a lot of little you're going to get a stress-free experience by using him there. And then finally our Symbiote 6, easy peasy lemon squeezy there, finishing things off here. So anyways, that's the roster in a nutshell. Again, apologies again on the the delayed commentary, but hopefully you guys are able to see the rosters here, and let me know if you have any questions. Other than that, we're going to dive into the gameplay and hopefully make sense. Also, apologies. It is late in the day here, so I will keep my commentary to what is essential, but basically opening points. For this one, you can save a couple characters. We take advantage of the fact that Hulk has a taunt, which basically gives us a little bit of protection. You can also have more stats on Hulk as well, since he will be a needed raid team as well. But anyways, you want to open up here with the special so that we can get the defense down. This is going to help alleviate some extra damage for us. Sentry is really good here, even though he's level 64 and he doesn't even have any ISO 8s, but he's just good to kind of build up the bomb burst. He's going to die. He's going to go on their field. And yeah, essentially he's kind of a dead piece here. But this first node, I think, is a little bit more forgiving than all the other ones. So you can kind of get a little bit of a way here with a little bit of more wiggle room, I guess, so to speak. Using top end characters with these three isn't really needed, because once the bomb bursts are on Blastar, he can pretty much get the rest of the job done here. Thunderstrike's going to throw the massive ult for us. That's going to just, do some more damage. And then when it gets to Blastar's turn, he's going to be able to do some work here. Look, even our level 64 Sentry, despite being so weak, he's on their board and he's just getting some work done for us as well. So that's kind of nice there. So build the bomb bursts and unleash it on these guys. And then, yeah, pretty much everything else will kind of be straightforward as it goes. Okay, so yeah, just a couple of stragglers there at the end here. So hopefully you guys are able to get through it. You may be able to, like I said, stick some of your other stronger characters on this one to push through it if you don't need to use them. For example, like if you've got a leveled up, Nova, Sam, or some other characters that you don't really care about, you can use them there. For this second one, we're going to use Apocalypse plus Jeff, and Kahori here works really, really well because of the fact that she's going to basically get a couple hits in here before anybody takes a turn. And then, of course, as well, Miss Marvel is going to be a nice shield for us as well. So, Kahori, you want to aim right for Apocalypse. Just go straight for Apocalypse because the extra damage is going to help out here, so that when our Apocalypse does his ultimate, he's going to be able to punch the other one out and instantly take him off the board. He's not even going to be a piece that we need to worry about here. Once we take care of Apocalypse, it does get a little bit more straightforward because then we don't have to worry about him punching us. So anyways, that takes care of Apocalypse. Jeff is going to be able to use his special here, apply a whole bunch of negatives as well. Really loving his kit here. I'm kind of, kicking myself in the foot here. I should have leveled him up earlier, but like I said, I've just been playing against him so much in Retcon teams in War, and I've come to a point where I'm like, well, I have his awakened materials. I have his, I did well on his runs on his war tower. So you know what? Let's take advantage of the fact and let's utilize him for this blade tower. So anyways, once you take care of Apocalypse, get the ability block on the Hulk here, as you guys would have seen here on Red Hulk, so he can't use his ultimate, and then pretty much everything else is kind of straightforward. Shouldn't be too difficult here. You may be able to get away here as well here, maybe perhaps not using the entire team. I don't know if Emma Frost was absolutely needed because we also have the ability block from Apocalypse as well. So you may be able to save a piece here. I'm not sure. Yeah, like I said, Miss Marvel I feel like was really good because she has the taunt. Kahori was really good to get that extra couple of hits here just so we can get rid of that Apocalypse. And then, of course, as well, Jeff is an absolute necessity unless you guys are planning to use like your Xavier or something even stronger than this. Maybe if you have Sentry or some other crazy characters, then perhaps that will work as well. Okay, so we were finished up with 8 there. Didn't take too many shots. I think I only took me a couple tries with that team, but just trying to get the perfect right amount of RNG as well here for the turn meters, because there was just a couple of speed ties. This one, I don't know if I really have to say too much. You just throw your Exalted X-Men. Really, I had another variation of it in my other video where you can use Rachel and you can also stun them as well. I think this one is a bit simpler. You can probably do a little bit more theory crafting. New Mutants is a good option here as well if you have New Mutants built. I didn't want to use New Mutants because I know some people don't have them built up, so we stuck with Exalted. Why build an old team when you can build a new team, right? So right here, Storm, Morph, they're fast. They're going to apply the speed. They're going to rip off the immunities. They're just going to get things going for us. And of course, as well, once you start getting some kills, Jubilee quickly starts building a lot of steam and momentum. And it's really hard to stop this team once they get going. So, I mean, that's pretty much that in a nutshell. And yeah, I think I could have timed it a little better by, making sure that Jubilee doesn't get killed off. So then you can use her special so it spreads across. But I was kind of dumb and I kind of just went for the kill. And yeah, this one, I think you could pretty much hit auto if your team's built up like mine. So anyways, yeah, I'm going to cut the commentary here. Hopefully it makes sense, and hopefully you guys can get through this one smoothly as well. All right, so the next one, I thought it would be one of the harder ones, but you know what? The Fantastic Four is the Fantastic Four, and they're able to take care of it quite smoothly. And of course, as well, what we do this time is we actually save our Spider-Man. We used him in the earlier runs, and I was kind of figuring out where he's best suited. And this was the best one because of the fact that he's just so good, right? You got to put Spider-Man against Green Goblin, right, guys? I was playing a little bit of respect here to these guys. I gotta bring my homeboy Spider-Man here to play up against these Sinister Six guys. Anyways, so you're gonna open up with the specials and the ultimates just to kind of get rid of everything. And this is what I think would be an ideal situation in Cosmic Crucible, where we can get a stun here before our girl Rachel does her stun, right? This would be great if Polaris could pull everybody in, just like the way Miss Invisible does it, throw the stun from somebody like Havoc or, somebody, Storm, whatever, and then Rachel just does her thing, right? We also have Spider-Man here moving faster than Rachel, so he could have been the secondary stun, but we didn't need to worry about that. So we throw the mass stun here. You can also get 6 people if you aim more to the right, but I think it's all the same. I want to kind of get that cluster there with Doc Ock because it is a very dangerous cluster, and Lizard, he's kind of meh. So once you kind of get that cluster there, once Franklin does a special, once Invisible One does her special as well, it really is a cakewalk, and this one's very straightforward. So if you're going to save a Fantastic Four team, I would save it on this one here. At least I found it was very straightforward, and hopefully makes sense as well. So the next one is, I think, in my opinion, probably the hardest node in the entire run of this, just because we've used and exhausted a few of the other teams. And this is where I was saying, this is where you can start. If you can find a solution that doesn't involve Omen, please let me know, because it took me a few tries. And yeah, Omen was basically the best way to counter this team without getting your Professor Xavier involved, getting your Shadow Conclave as well, because Shadow Conclave, they just got absolutely destroyed. So Omen, I thought, was really good here. There's going to be a coin flip, I think, between Silver Surfer and I think one of the other characters, maybe Quasar, I forget who. But either way, take that first turn, throw the ability block, so it's going to strip off the taunt. And then you're going to be able to kind of get some work done here. Ebony Maw's going to apply that rewind. This is also going to help take care of those pesky positives as well for us. And then from that point on, we can start focusing on some of these other characters. What I like to do here is I like to ability block the Doom, because if Doom does his thing and uses his ult, he's going to give like 3 turns to Blastar. And it just, it's a pain in the arse. You just don't want to deal with it. So Emma Frost here is great. She's going to apply the slow as well to kind of reapply things in case we might have missed it from evasion, in case somebody might have removed their slows. But you'll see here that Shadow King's gonna do his thing. He's gonna apply the special, which is fine because we've got lots of positives on our side. And unfortunately, we do lose our Emma Frost, but that's okay. It's not the end of the world. We've got our revive thanks to Minerva, and she's going to be able to bring some characters back. Then our Silver Surfer, like I said, he's going to be the MVP for this particular node because of the fact that he can basically gun down these guys with his specials and his ultimates, right? He does so much damage, and mine's 7 red, 7 yellow. So I mean, that's not going to be very applicable for people, I think, and you may have to get the full piece. I know some of the other content creators, I do believe they use the full 5-piece, and the 5-piece may work better. I just didn't want to put any more stats into Obsidian, so this is kind of the way that I worked around it with using Emma Frost. Emma Frost was already built up, so we didn't have to worry about building any more characters. And then, take care of Shadow King first and foremost. And then once you do that, you can start focusing on the other baddies. I go for Quasar because Quasar hits hard. And then, you can kind of leave Emma Frost alone till the end because she's kind of She doesn't really do all that much, at least from my eyes. And then, like I said, you can kind of, start taking care of Quasar, Doom. Just every time we get a kill, we start filling up some speed bar as well. So this is good for us for Minerva. And she also is very, very good here. So throw the special there. This should kill off Emma Frost. And then, the rest should be fairly straightforward. Oh, that is the first version of it. I'm going to go into the second version where I use my Professor Xavier. This was the run that I did initially when we were at our ball game. And of course, as well, I already used my Surfer Breaker, so I didn't realize what I was doing. But this is the version of it in case you want to use Professor Xavier. And also, if you want to take a look at that footage, I'll have that in the description so you guys can have a look as well. But should be fairly straightforward. I don't think you guys will run too many issues here with Professor X. Morph and Storm are going to do their thing. They're going to apply their, their first hits there, get the slows on. That's fine. You don't necessarily need to have them. You can use Jeff here. You can use Sentry. You can use anybody, really. The whole point of having Professor X here is he's going to cancel a lot of the speed manipulation. And then when it gets to his turn, he's just going to use a special. He's just going to basically ability block, kill everybody off. And then when he gets to his ultimate, you'll see here that he pretty much just Professor Xavier just needs to take 2 turns, right? He needs to survive long enough to take 2 turns, and if he gets to his ult, it doesn't matter what characters are with him, right? He's going to kill everybody off. And also, this is one where you can save a little bit of your characters as well. If you are planning to use Xavier, for myself, I want to try to do something without having Professor Xavier because, yeah, it's too easy, and not everybody has Professor Xavier. So hence why I coined it free-to-play friendly-ish. Okay, so just finishing off the stragglers here, and like I said, Professor Xavier pretty much did most of the legwork for us so that we're able to take it down. But yeah, alternatively, like I said, you can do a 4-piece Omen team that works quite well, but Surfer Breaker has to be quite massive. And finally, the last one, you can use whoever. We run a 4-piece sim with Oath. Oath just gives more speed to the team, and of course as well, the Symbiote 6 is the Symbiote 6. You're not going to have too many issues on it, so I'm not going to have too much commentary on this one, but you guys will see here that, open up with that special, get things going there by getting Carnage on the board. Quicksilver is going to do what he's good at. He's going to rip off the revive once. He's going to get some damage on the board as well, get some health in there for us, bring some speed back to the team as well when characters are dropping below a certain health. And then what I like to do here is I like to focus on Daemon. That way, if we can kill Daemon off before he takes his turn, then he's not able to use that nasty bomb that he has there that basically does a lot of damage. And if he kills somebody, he can double tap us as well. But yeah, nonetheless, I'll take him out ASAP, and then yeah, you can take care of the other ones after that. All right, and there you guys have it. That's the roster in a nutshell. I will definitely for sure do some more testing around here. I want to see if maybe I can move Jeff around, and maybe if I can bring Jeff into room 11. Maybe there's a possibility that we can limit the amount of Omen characters. I'll do some more testing and let you guys know here. I know for sure the first room's pretty much locked. The second room's not bad either. But like I said, maybe I can move Jeff around. Maybe Apocalypse and Kahori can figure out something else with another character. And Exalted, I like that room there. I don't know if I'll move that around, but yeah, like I said, I like Rachel having that mass stun. Really helps out here. And again, I'll just show you guys my Omen team in case you guys are curious. I didn't really do that at the start, but yeah, my Surfer Breaker is G20 level 110. I guess we had diamonds on her. We didn't even bring up. Whoops. Minerva is G20 105 because I like her. Ebony Maw is 19 as well. Same with her Ronin. And as far as minimum investments goes, you probably be okay with having a G19 Minerva, but yeah, having that 4-piece works. And like I said, my Cull is what the heck is he? He's only level 80, so hence he was not usable here. But hopefully you guys are able to get some value out of this video. Hopefully you guys are able to maybe even incorporate some of these teams and use it for your run here. Unfortunately, like I said already, if you have Xavier, you probably don't need Omen. But if you don't have Xavier, then you most likely need Omen, which is unfortunate. But we did not use the Shadow Conclave at least. And maybe in my next run, maybe what I can do is I can incorporate some Shadow members so that we can get Jeff into 11. We'll see. We'll see what I'm thinking of. It's a little late in the day, so my brain hurts. But other than that, guys, hopefully this was helpful. I'll see you guys in the next one.